Welcome to the Creator Show. Now let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Creator Show. Giving you honest conversation served with humor and energy. So today I have a guest, which I'm trying to limit myself on guests because I have to get comfortable without leaning on people. But today I have community advocate and faith-based motivational leader, Jay Kelly.
Oop,
How
oop,
are you,
oop,
doll?
oop. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all.
See, there you go, starting. There you go, there you go, starting all. There you go, starting already.
I told you we in this thing. We in here. We in here. Yeah,
So
I told you soft spoken. I'm kind of loud,
I'm in
Dexys.
the house, so I have to. I'm gonna try to keep. I'm trying to keep it low, but once I get into like a
You
studio or
good?
something, then I'm gonna be like,
Don't over explain. Don't over explain. I'm from Texas though. You know we kind of country and loud.
yeah. I'm from Arkansas, so we country too.
Oh, so
But
you
so I'm starting to always ask my guests, how is your mental? Whether
whew,
it be a scale from 1 to 10 or just how it's going coming into the new year.
coming into the new year. I am ready for all things new. All things listen, I am ready for 2026. Especially mentally. I think that
hmm
2025 was a challenge for me mentally.
I
I had
definitely
to,
agree.
I had to face accountability in 2025.
Oh
Um,
yes.
one of the greatest challenges, not with other people, but with myself and how I
hmm
respond and how I receive and how I hear and how I listen. So mentally going through 2025, it got heavy, not because people made me heavy, because I wasn't taking accountability to my response to life. And so mentally, I feel like I hit that trend. I hit that at the end of the year. I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of this. Most prime like because during the holidays, I deal with holiday grief, or it's called sad. And
hmm
so coming, I was like, okay, I can't do another year of this. Like this can't happen. This can't happen another year. So mentally, I'm challenging myself to reroute my thoughts, reroute and hold myself accountable to my responses, even on my sad days. Like it gets ugly sometimes with myself, and make my in order to make you better, you have to change your mind. Like, and so I'm challenging myself mentally. 2026, I'm doing good. Hey, and I plan to end this thing. Listen, we might have to recap at the end of the year so I can tell you how I came to how I got to 1231. Did I make it on my promise? But I'm gonna make it on my promise though, for sure. But mentally, I'm doing good. Like I said, coming out the sad season, coming out the holiday season, not having parents, not having a child, my oldest child, not having grandparents. That those things are heavy.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
so yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely how I felt like losing. I definitely can relate especially when you lose somebody close to you, especially losing my grandfather. That was, you know. So we are going to ease the blow, ease it. Make it a. I always play this game. It is called. I call it this and that. But so I'm going to give you. Where did it go? I'm going to give you saying, and it's just going to be either this or that.
Okay. Let's see what
If
we're going with. I,
I just had it.
and
Oh, here
maybe
they go.
this and maybe that. What is it?
So
This or that?
this or that. So coffee or tea?
Ooh, that's hard because I like them both. Okay, so
Ooh,
let
you
me say
like
this.
coffee? I
Okay,
can't do
so
coffee.
let me say this. My tea has to be cold. I don't do hot tea
Mm-mm.
unless I'm sick. But I gotta start my morning off with a Dutch Brothers or Starbucks. Like I am a coffee girl. Like I think the older I get, the more this has become a habit of mine. Like, okay, I understand that, like the whole thing of don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Like, hold on. And because I'm a big advocate. Listen, I'm already a big advocate. The only person who's supposed to talk before 8 o'clock in the morning is Jesus. Like that's the only person I'm supposed to be having a conversation with. I'm not a
That
big
is
fan of conversations
hilarious.
before 8 o'clock. However, if I have to talk before 8 o'clock, I'm gonna need some coffee to talk to you for sure.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to be talked to at all in the morning. I'm
Yeah,
a
yeah. It's
mumbler.
it's it's,
I'm just
it's
like,
you
man,
got people got to learn how to meditate. And though the Lord gave us morning hours for meditation, I just believe that He did. It's in my heart of hearts. He didn't give us one time for conversation. That was for meditation.
yeah, because I don't, please don't talk to me.
Don't
But I'm
talk.
learning now that I'm in this space of entrepreneurship, I have no choice but to be up early.
Oop,
So,
hey, I work in corporate America, so I mean, in entrepreneurship, I do both. I've worked in both, but
mhm.
however, um, our business calls, the people don't get to the office till 9 o'clock. And see, I like these new day CEOs and stuff because they don't want to come in to 10.
They
So
don't.
I'm cool with that. Like y'all want to come in to 10, that mean I got from 8 to 10 to get my life together.
Hmm.
So
Okay, so early bird or night owl?
early bird. I am with the roosters. When the roosters start, but
I have learned to be early
yeah.
because Miss Kim always made fun of me. Talking about cause I know you gotta get up, and so now
Yeah,
I'm getting in the routine of getting up.
I'm up with the roosters. I'm up early at and so it's kind of like I don't know. I'm gonna say like late night, early morning because I'm up. I'm up praying, so I'm up 3 or 4 o'clock.
I completely
So I'm early.
understand.
I gotta hit it at early.
I understand because you get. I think when you get up early, I've learned when you get up early that you ahead of everybody. So I'm learning to do better with getting up early and being up with everybody.
Yeah,
Okay, because I had to make sure I can see the comments because I don't know what is going on. But anyway, so next is favorite app.
TikTok. I like the dance.
Ugh, uh-uh. I'm still learning TikTok. I'm still
I'm
learning.
a dancer, so I like to. So here's the thing. My thing is, I am a dancer. I am a dancer at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to laugh. So, TikTok for me is I like to find like it gives you my people like I love to find comic relief on TikTok, and so I love that TikTok caters to me, and they have a genre of comedian biblical things that I
Yeah, you
love
got
to.
to. You got to have a
I found
balance.
my community. So when
You
they
got to
do
have a
the hood
balance.
stories, and that's me, my people. Like I'm laughing because I can relate to why David was the Stevie J of the Bible. Um,
Hmm.
but
That's we'll get into that in a little bit. We get that. Okay, I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do two more. Your go-to snack.
go to snack
Yep.
chips,
What kind of chips?
all flavors, chips.
I gotta
I'm
do
on,
either fun. I had to lay off the Funyuns because I was getting too salty, but I love me some Lay's barbecue.
no, I'm not a fan of nothing barbecue. Let me say that I'm not a fan of nothing barbecue.
I have to
However,
the baked. Let me
nothing
correct that.
barbecue.
The baked.
Nothing but I'm not a barbecue like nothing like now I'm a fan of actual like because I like real food, so I
Okay.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
actual
Okay.
barbecue. So I don't want nothing to say but I want if it don't taste like real ribs, I don't want it. Keep it.
Okay, so last this I'm gonna skip this one because that's easy. It was introvert or extrovert. That's too
What you think?
easy.
Because I know you feel say extrovert, and actually you're wrong. I am so introverted. Now everybody who probably watching will tell you that I'm
Mhm.
I'm extroverted. I will talk, but I'm very introverted with myself, like in my personal
Mhm.
space. Like I'm very introverted. I'll talk. I'm not mean, but I'm not mean. So I always like to explain to people I'm not mean. So I'm a friendly person, but however. I'm very introverted. Like I'm not gonna be talking. I'm like not gonna hold no long conversation with nobody. Like, hey, how y'all doing?
Mhm.
Like, and so people kind of be like, oh, I thought you. I talk to who I know, who I'm comfortable with.
Okay. That's understandable because people gotta put you in a safe space. I'm gonna just pick one. Favorite season?
Favorite? Oh, summer. Summer
Nope.
me. I hate.
Well, no. Oh,
I
go
do not
ahead.
do winter. Spring maybe because that's my birthday. That's my birthday season. But not rain spring. But summer me though. I'm a summer girl. I do not like to be cold, and I'm not
Hmm.
a fan of the. I don't know what I'm gonna wake up to in the fall. So yeah, summer me.
I can do summer and winter because spring, that's when my allergies be tweaking. So nah, I'm good. Okay,
Yeah.
so we going so you are we as we discussed before we got on, we are same age and we are
Hmm.
millennials.
Yes.
And this is this was perfect because I was like, I don't know how old she is. I don't know how I'm supposed to, do this. So how can I word this? Yeah, we just gonna flow. So I'm just gonna say first, I want to get into this because I got to talk about it. I said I wasn't gonna like start doing trendy topics, but I think that'll work.
Let's
So
talk.
I want to talk about because I said I like a little tea and I like a little kiki. So I saw it's been going around. I don't know if you saw it, but Pastor Jamal Bryant's. I had to talk about it because it's interesting.
Let's go.
What was it? New Year's? Was it New Year's?
It was New Year's Eve, I want to say, or it was some. It was a Christmas something. It was a scholarship gala actually.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Because for me, and then he actually replied
Right.
and said he bought the dress, but everybody is like in an uproar, and I'm just like, what is? I guess
Here's the thing, and in all things, listen, you got to keep your hands clear. I do not like. I do not believe that that us as. I think that I think social media holds um Christian leaders. Let me say that Christian leaders to a higher standard
mhm.
that they wouldn't even hold themselves to. Let me say that the
I
dress was
definitely agree. Hmm.
she didn't show any nude. I again she didn't show any nude. She didn't she wasn't it was her cleavage wasn't out. Nothing was everywhere. However, I am I am I am gonna say that I think that it, nowadays people look to nitpick at anything that the Christians do, that Christians
Especially
do,
if you post
especially
it on
Christian
social
leaders.
media.
Even me as a minister, right? I
Hmm.
I I get kicked if I post it. I tell anybody close to me will tell you like if I have certain clothes on, I'll be like, please ask me before you post, like because and it don't necessarily be inappropriate, right?
Hmm.
However, because the, I don't want nobody to stumble because of me. However, because they try to hold it like they look for reasons to not go to church or believe in God. We are living in a millennial generation to find to that they're looking for church hurt instead of dealing with their church trauma. They everything is going to be a problem. So as a Christian leader, we'll never be right. Because if we can go back to I mean, they were talking about her dress was too this, but you just a few years ago, Erica Kimball had a turtleneck dress on. It just was bodycon. She just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Hmm.
ain't nowhere in the Bible the Lord told me that He gave me the hips, the rolls, and all the dips that He gave me, and I'm supposed to
Yeah.
have, especially if I got a husband. I'm
Hmm.
gonna look good for my husband because I'm gonna look good for my husband every time I step out.
Mhm.
So I don't agree with nothing that I don't agree with the critique that the world have on the church because of their damage, because of their trauma. I do not. However, I wouldn't. I mean, like he said, like this is my wife. He got to look at it. If he approved it, if her husband, who she submit to, approved it, why, what knowledge do we have to knowledge? Like what can we say? Like
Mhm.
stop holding church leaders to this standard. Oh, but they're leaders. Okay, in the Bible, the same Bible I supposed to apply to you too. Do too. So why you get the well deuce? And I'm not saying it's okay for leaders to wear deuce, but I'm saying why is
Yeah.
it okay for you to dress a certain type of way and be cute for your man, but she can't be cute for us? Oh no, that's not how this gonna work. And then y'all
Yeah,
be
it's a
mad.
tit for a tat. It be like
Yeah.
a tit for it be a tit for a tat. And I just be sitting there like,
They just be looking. To me, the people just be looking for something to complain about, especially church black leaders. God forbid they go to some of them other people galas. They have on the same stuff. They have on the exact same stuff we do.
oh yeah. But it's like they think they get a pass for, oh, I'm not a Christian, but I can do what I want. But
No,
that's like, why are you,
because
I
if
get
you're
a
not a
pass to
Christian,
judge.
here's the thing: you're not a Christian, but you're a leader in some capacity. You have a voice. Somebody's looking. Some little girl is looking up to you. So whether
Hmm.
you're a Christian or not, like okay, hold me to the same standard. But as a CEO, are you representing your company well? If that's
Hmm.
the case, does that would you wear that to your company? Like, I guess my point is like, if you can wear it to your company party, why she can't wear it to again? She had a husband, and
But
he
that's
approved
like how
it.
they did Tasha Cobbs too when she had on that all red, and they
Right?
was
You
telling her she was
again,
dressed like the devil. But I grew up in the church, so I'm not gonna say I'm a Christian, but I do. My faith. I'm deeply rooted. So, but it
mhm,
was just like that. Don't give you the pass to judge somebody because you're not a Christian.
right?
You
No,
know what I mean? I'm
don't
just
critique.
like,
Don't critique my walk because if my walk is pure, if I'm pure, that's all that matters. If I'm as long as what I'm giving you is what God gave me, everything what I look like sometimes I think people over like I can't we can't be I gone is the day. Well, you think
mm-hmm.
you gonna see me up in the church with a blue jean skirt to my ankles because I'm gonna wear some Jordans and I might preach with
Ain't
some
nothing
Jordans
wrong with it.
and I might preach with some Jordans on. I might preach with some heels on, but I'm gonna long as I'm giving what God gave me, it don't matter. It does not matter.
But that's,
You
mm-hmm.
can't mix it. You cannot mix it. I don't care how you look at it. You can't mix it. You can't critique me on something that now if she was drinking and all being reckless, that's a different
Yeah.
thing. She was with her husband at a nice gala. He approved the dress. Now I don't feel like he should have responded because sometimes you just gotta let the noise be the
You do,
noise.
yeah. You just gotta be quiet about. Cause that's like me to go back what you said. It's like with me working with kids, I meet children where they are.
Hmm.
I don't talk above them. I don't talk below them. I talk to them. You know, and they love me. I've been, I had a few of them since they were like in middle school, and few of them are getting ready to graduate this year and next year. So it's just like, why judge? Because it's
Yeah,
just
I'm not
it's
having.
weird. Social media really has damaged like
I
the
sometimes I wish
perception.
that I really wish that social media would go on a blackout. I ain't gonna hold you because it really
Hmm.
it gives a spirit of entitlement that they
Yes.
just like you're not entitled to them people life. Like
What did they call
like
social parent? Well, it was a word that I discovered. They were talking about social. Excuse me. It was social parent, where it was like people think they know you,
mhm,
so
and
they
they have
think that they can, say what is, had their, like you said, entitled to their life. So, as a millennial, how I just going on the topic, uh, Bestie done stepped in the room. A
hey
few
my
besties,
Kim.
yeah, a few besties done step in
Hey y'all,
the.
hey y'all, hey
I know
y'all.
a
I
few
can't see the
besties done
comments, but
stepped
hey
in the
y'all, hey
room.
y'all, hey y'all.
As a millennial, navigating navigating. Okay, we go just gonna touch on dating for a little bit
Hmm.
because I know for me, it has not been easy because people say they want one thing, and then when you get it, you can't maintain the energy. Because you're like you said, you have to, let's just put it in the sense of you have things going on for yourself, and I have things going on for self. And people always say, I want somebody that's going, got something going on for themselves. You
Hmm.
finally get it, you pray for it.
Hmm.
Let's put it in that sense. It's wrapped up, but it's not
Okay.
wrapped up how you want it to be wrapped up.
Gotcha.
How do
So,
you navigate that? Because sometimes people can't keep up with that energy, and it's like you irritating their demons because that representative show up, and then it's like I can't keep up because like this is me, how I show up now. That's how I show up with everybody until you give me a reason to like detach from
okay. Navigating dating.
you
Now,
as a millennial.
as
Like,
a millennial, I'm hype one up for you. As a millennial minister,
yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do
female
that.
minister, I have now. Let me go. Let me be. I'm person. I'm real with myself, right? And I
Mhm.
told you the biggest thing I'm done this year is holding myself to accountability. I have failed in that area because here we go back to this entitlement that we feel that what like love and life is supposed to look like, right?
Mhm.
So, first of all, when I put myself before what God has for me, like when I don't put God in the center of my decision making
Mhm.
and I put my own self, my own flesh and my own desires there, I come into trouble. A lot of trouble.
I definitely
Hence,
agree.
hence, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm supposed to be real honest right
Mhm.
now. Hence
That's
is why I
understandable.
have a 2-year old now out
Mhm.
of wedlock. But God is God, and He's a redeeming God. Um, so hence why, because you put yourself in a situation that you put yourself before God. So in all the He said, in all my ways, in all your ways, acknowledge me. Seek me
Mhm.
first. I will add everything else. I think the problem comes when we begin to seek our own desires prior to our when we're dating. Like I'm seeking, we go in the dating phase saying, I want, I love me, I love me a dark skin. Now, like we go into that like I want that. That's my type. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's my type of dude. Like that's what I want. I know what I want him to look like, but I want him this way. He got to move this way. Not understanding that. Even here's the thing. Now here we don't heal ourselves. We don't heal the inner child in
Ooh,
us,
say
and we
it.
date from all of these aspects instead of dealing with the going back to God and letting Him deal with us internally so that we can date correctly. Because when you go back to God and let Him seek Him first, He'll begin to do the work on your heart. And once He do the work on your heart, your filter of how you filter what dating looks like changes. Now we do have some caca out there. I don't know
Yeah,
if I can say
I
that.
definitely. It's in the
And we
pool.
do have
It's definitely in the pool.
but however, there is some good out there, and
Mhm.
there's some good out there. So is it sometimes you have to, that's that level of accountability you have to have with yourself. Am I dating from a perspective of like from my trauma or my heartache or what I
Yes.
want without God, or am I dating with God? Like
Mhm.
that's that's deep because like I'm human as a millennial, as a Christian, as a minister. I'm human, so I have flesh
Mhm.
desires.
Yes.
However, am I willing to submit to God to help me deny my flesh to get the so that I can get to the end goal in my dating life where I want to go in my dating life, which is for me, my end goal is gonna always be marriage because I know that I
Mhm.
want that covenant. So am I doing it right? Like am I submitting to God properly in that area? Because we want to submit everything else. Lord, I surrender everything else. But hold on, Lord. This right here, we can't can we negotiate a little bit on it? No. You gotta submit this too. Like,
Mhm.
okay, God. I'm coming to you first. Okay, I met this guy. Show like one of my biggest things have been in my last season of dating was God, you show me first before
Okay.
I show it, before I get excited and tell the world that I got somebody, right?
We get it. Yeah, we that
And
phase
then we
right there.
want to
That.
post and tell everybody we got a man relationship
Mm-hmm.
goal. We want to be, we go for relationship goals instead of going for what God has for us. And so the thing that God kept doing was he be like, okay, but you got free will, so I'm gonna let you be like, I'm like, okay, you show me this little piece, but I can pray that away, and you can't pray away
You can't
somebody's
fix
dysfunction.
it.
You
You
can't pray
cannot
away
fix
somebody's
it.
dysfunction. You can't pray away somebody's dysfunction. I don't care how hard you pray, unless like that's because that's something that they have to deal with. And you can't, because you want relation. We as millennials, we want relationship goals
Mm-hmm.
instead of covenant.
Mm-hmm.
We go for like we'll settle, and then we mad at not now we're adding trauma to our like dating, to the dating scene. Now we're adding hurt on top of hurt. Now you got this
Mm-hmm.
man who already damaged from the last relationship, who he what she never healed from, and now you've been damaged for the last 10 guys who said that they was gonna be that guy, who started off being that guy, but we all know at the end of the day all he wanted was some okay. And then and here's the thing, you fell for it, so you gotta hold yourself to that accountability because you fell for it. So then you mad at him and y'all mad at each other. Now y'all got this toxic situation, which our millennials have now made it okay to have toxic situations when everybody needs to
Say it
sit down and
again.
heal. Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
okay to be, ain't nothing okay about busting our windows, doing all that. Ain't nothing okay about all of that. Like, ain't nothing okay about blowing up each other's phones. That's not cute. Like, so now us as millennials, now we are like, I feel like we have because like we've been talking about social media, because we put our social media relationship goals without putting out the real authentic things that happen in relationship. And again, me, I can my truth, and my truth is my truth, and
Mm-hmm.
that's from, I've been married, I've been divorced, and then I've been in the dating world, and I wanted things to work that wasn't gonna work for me, because we were unequally yoked. Like it wasn't
That's
never
the
gonna work.
biggest thing we
It wasn't
don't.
never gonna work. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that's the biggest thing that we don't do is we don't vet and we don't actually get to know a person.
We don't ask questions. Oh, we just
We
want
don't
the
ask
end.
questions.
We want
We
the
don't.
end game, but we
I've been
don't.
through that.
Yeah, we don't ask questions.
I did not ask questions. It
I'm
was like,
learning to.
oh, they this, they that. Okay, this is what I want, but is it what you need?
Yeah,
Are we equally?
I didn't ask questions,
I
and
got to.
I keep saying I got a 2 year old out of it. If I would have asked the right
Mhm.
questions from the beginning, I
You
probably wouldn't have
definitely
to.
can
Yeah,
tell. You
yeah,
definitely will be able to tell when you can tell. And then we have it's this conversation of how long should you know before you marry somebody? If y'all spend enough time, and then on top of that, if you ask questions, like if you ask the right questions, let's just say that. If you
right.
ask, you can really tell. And if you have discernment, you will be feel it. If your body doesn't feel at ease with that person,
Right.
you
And it's not even just even if you ask the right questions. Now, are you taking what this person is? Because some people, some guys are straightforward. This is who I am. But in our mindset, like we heard who he was. He told you he
mhm.
was, but somewhere between this ear and this ear, up in here, it
It
got
just got out.
it
It
got
just,
it got crazy. Like,
as my
oh,
granny would say, one ear and out the other.
it didn't go out the other because it stopped somewhere in the middle of your forehead, and you thought that he was gonna be Prince. You thought he was gonna be Prince Charming. You thought you was supposed to be Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Barack and Michelle. And yeah, that's not what's gonna happen because
But
y'all
we do that fantasy thing
right.
first. We want that what we see in our head be delusional, and then we get mad when we're like, "Oh, you not." But then I was like, to me, like I said, I hope when it come to dating, I knew I had no business fooling with a lot of people. I just
Oh
knew
yeah.
I had
You
no
absolutely
business. But it's like it's that thing of when you get older, it's just like you know when to vet out, and even friendships too. But I've learned that I've learned as I got older to pay attention because, like you said, we get delusional in that stage.
We fall in love with the aesthetics of
Mm,
relationship instead of the the covenant of relationships. We want the aesthetics of relationship, but we don't want the covenant of relationship, and that's what we feel in our relationship. Because we can talk about let's talk about friendship relationship. We want the girls that we can go on girls trips with, but
mhm,
what happens when your friend do something that triggers your trauma?
mhm.
What
And she
happens
not
when
doing it on purpose.
on
That's
purpose,
the crazy part.
intentionally. And then now you have to expose your. What happens when your friend don't want to deal with your trauma? I posted the other day, like you got to be okay with people not wanting choosing peace over your trauma. And I'm saying this from firsthand experience. Like people don't have to walk with you through your trauma. Be okay with that. Like um be okay with people not want to choose your trauma. Like I am like I literally platonically platonically I think I messed up way more friendships because of my trauma than I have been successful at them, and I've learned a
Mhm,
lot and I've taken the lessons in them, right? People don't have to deal with my trauma. People don't have to deal
mhm,
with my down days. But however, I don't have to be nasty and rude about my like. And I'm not saying nasty in the sense of like say stuff, bad stuff. I'm saying nasty and as in throwing they feel like they feelings don't matter. Like it's me, 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 me. Because we can be just as selfish in relationship as we are in friendships. Like they have feelings too. Like that affect. Hey, friend, be okay with your friend, your sister, your friend, whatever she is to you, saying, hey, that's not cool. Like that hurt my feelings, and I don't want to deal with that right now. I need a break from you. You have to be okay with that.
yeah,
You
you
have to
definitely.
be
You
okay,
don't want to
but
be
you want to
too
be mad.
oh, go ahead.
You want to be mad and post on Facebook, friends. You want to go, here go your subliminal messages. Like, no, be okay with that. Be okay that your trauma affected them,
Yeah, you
and
you
figure it
got
out.
to. You don't want to be codependent, and you don't want to be you don't want to trauma dump. Because very, I'm that considerate. Like I
Mhm.
don't, people like, well, you can come talk to me. I don't be wanting to do that. I rather for me to deal with it, and then if I want to, then I will. That thing or whatever. I don't never like be too because I have been codependent on like friendships and stuff, and then I just be like,
Here's the thing: I don't think that we're codependent on. I don't believe in isolation. I do believe we need community.
yeah,
However,
I agree.
I believe we do need community. However, it's how we handle it. Like we gotta find a middle line. We gotta find a
Hmm.
middle line. I think we're a generation is all or nothing. Either you taking all my stuff, Lord to me, either you taking all my stuff or you not. Like, and that's not fair. Like in this moment, like we gotta learn how to be givers and takers when it comes to platonic relationships. In
Hmm.
this moment, we're gonna give and we're gonna receive. Like, but you gotta be able to take what you give in too. Like, hey friend, like yeah, and I think we don't again that comes back to that, and we don't have these conversations with our friends when we start calling them my friend. You can't be my friend until we've been through a season or so. Like my friend, we cool. I love you. I'm gonna love everybody, but to consider you my friend, yeah, we gotta go through a season or so because I need to know that when my back is up against the wall, you gonna cover me and pray for me.
Yes,
When I'm
definitely.
quiet, I also need you to understand that hey, you don't have like if I'm out of pocket, be able to check me too.
And
Be
but
okay
do
with
it respectfully too, because
respectfully,
sometimes people can be
respectfully so, like you
nasty.
said. Don't be nasty about it. Hey, hey, hey. You're one of the people saying is your slip hanging. You look foul right there. Your slip hanging. Like get that, lift that up, lift that. Go ahead and lift that slip up
Hmm.
because you look foul right now. So be
Hmm.
okay with that. Like be okay with that hard truth. Like be okay with it. And it's in all things we have to do things in love. Like you just can't be
Yeah.
out here randomly just I'm just a straight shooter. No. Or this is this me. They're gonna have to accept the leave. Okay, so when they
No,
leave you
we
right
don't.
there where you
You,
are,
I ain't got to
and
be
you and
around
then
you.
you right there, you don't have nobody. You look up and you at 40 and you don't got no friends, and you think, oh, cause I don't like girls like that. No, just be honest with yourself. Say you was nasty, rude, and mean to people.
Mm.
Just be let's be real about who you are. Like let's be real. That's not I don't like girls. Like no, be real. Take accountability for
Yeah,
who you are. Like
it's
no.
yeah, or some I've heard. the thing of nice, nasty. No, either I'm going to be nice or I'm going to be nasty. There is no
Let's
nice,
take nasty
nasty.
off the table though. Like why we
Mm,
just can't be nice? I didn't say understand that we're just not a match when it comes to friendship.
oh, we're not.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay though. It's okay that if you my friend that you know what I'm saying that we're not a match. Like it's cool. We cool.
Okay, let's see. Let's transition. Okay, so what let me ask you this. What was that defining moment? Cuz with our generation, some of us don't you feel as we have a purpose. We do, everybody has a purpose. So what was that moment where you were like moment where you was like you realized you had a calling to serve others?
Ooh, that moment actually happened. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I was sitting in jail, um, sitting in jail, I just lost my baby. Right, I'm sitting in jail, right, and I'm
Mhm.
looking at these young girls who it was two girls. I don't never got their names or whatever. And I told them I was in so much pain that I wasn't able to, and I wanted to get to them so bad. However, they were saying that they had the money in their pocket and they stole it.
Mhm.
And they begin to explain, like try to explain, like talk to their mentally talk to themselves about why they did what they did. When listening to them talk, now mind you, I'm in county, in county, um, I'm in county, and I don't want to lay down, but however, I'm in pain, so I'm trying to lean up against something, and I'm listening to them talk. And on one hand, that conversation, they was like, but you can hear that it was trauma in their
Mhm.
voice.
Mhm.
Like I just need help. So if my mom and my basically they was saying they was young girls, they couldn't be no older than 17, 18. I'm talking about
Mhm.
fresh back. They was babies. And they was saying if my mom I did it because if my mom and them, they gonna be mad, but they'll listen to me now. One of the girls said they'll listen to me now. Well, if we have places like for me for counseling with Jordan Torre is like if you have places where the safe places where they can come talk about like what's going on with you as a family, then they you wouldn't have to even be in this space. We could avoid this spot in
Mhm.
altogether. Another thing was I'm sitting in county and this 16 year old in jail for prostituting.
Mm.
Like
Oof.
it's got to be a like baby, you don't have to do this. Like these
Mhm.
are defining moments to me for me. Like baby, you don't have to do this. Like and then get only to get out of jail and have to find resources that's not even available that we don't even know about. Like um had my mom not been who she was and consistent in going after like resources so that we could come out of our situations, which again some people know, some people don't know. Let me go back. I lost my oldest daughter in 2018 in a tragic and we got hit from behind by a box truck.
Oh
When
my.
we got hit from behind by a box truck, my oldest daughter immediately died. However, my middle girl, well, she had to go through some therapy. They said she wasn't gonna walk again. They said she was gonna struggle. Thanks be to God, she's on the other side of that. She's a fully healthy 13-year-old today. So, but it was some things that we needed to get her to where she is today. Now, where we was, that wasn't giving us many options to find those resources, and
Mhm.
financially, um, we it was a struggle, right? Like the resources they give us, it was like so much amount of money. Like we was like struggling trying to make sure we had financial aids to take her all the way to the other side of Houston just to go to this or that. Um, go to this or that. So financially, I was like, man, this can't be like this. It's got to be a better way. It's got to be a better way. It's got to be a place where people can come and get all of these things to one spot and get all these things. So that's what Jordan's Heart was birthed. And that's to say from them babies in the county needed like they just if counseling could have been a savior for them, whether somebody could have been an advocate for them. And the girls who was prostituting said, "Hey, baby girl, you don't have to be on the streets. Let me talk to you. Let me help you. Let me get you out of this situation. Um, let me get you out of this situation." To them saying, to them saying, to them us finding trying to find resources. I'm sorry, I got stop. To us trying to find resources, even on our head, that became a financial strain. I knew
Mhm.
that I like what was the most who was the common piece for me. I was the common piece to all of those situations.
Mhm.
God, I did not think that God set me in that season of my life to just just to be sad about it. I feel like he gave me a purpose for it. And so I didn't. I feel like I didn't lose my daughter to just be sad for the rest of my life. I feel like if anybody knew my kid, she was a friendly kid. She was an advocate.
Yeah, that goes to show that people think that you have to be something in order to be used. And it's in the darkest times where, just like you, just them darkest times where I realize like I have a purpose. And it's just those moments. It's not the perfect moments. It's not those happy moments. It's those sad moments like, hey, you know, this is what I need you to do. That's when you
Right,
find you find your purpose. Cause, flowers, to me, I just feel like flowers, things grow out of darkness.
right.
And whatever, cause, instances for me, it's been, you know, troubling and whatnot for me. And I'm glad to be able now to use my voice because, like I said, I was doing this in 2017 and I just was like, I just gave up. So, just like I always tell somebody, I just imagine if I would have kept going,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't my time. But it was in those moments that I just looked back and was like, I was put, how can I say this? It was in them moments that I realized, like I said, it wasn't my time, and I had, a few things to learn and whatnot. Because I just lost my train of thought, and I'm about to start rambling per usual. But next question. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna ask you this: being a minister, like you said, we deal with flesh, and we deal with battling with the flesh versus spirit. How do you stay like grounded in your faith
Whew, no, I was like,
as a in the in the leader, and
no,
in
oh,
that
it literally,
being a young leader
right.
at that?
It literally takes me to deny my flesh daily, and I have an
Mhm.
accountability. I have accountability. I have a mentor I have a mentor, a spiritual mom who holds my feet to the fire. She don't let up. She listen. She do not let up. I don't get no. I don't. It don't get. I ain't gonna say it don't get easy, but she knows who I am, and so she knows what it requires to be me. So that's
Mhm.
my accountability. Like, hey, your slip, like, here we go with my favorite saying, your slip is hanging. Get it together.
Mhm.
Get your life together, because you
Mhm.
in all things we have to do it in purity. Um, one, I have to that's the big thing. I have to remember daily to let my flesh die, and that means
Mhm.
always consulting with God. Like, that's consistent. Like, that's not people like, oh yeah, y'all say that, but how do you do that? You do that. Me and God have real conversations. Hey, I'm struggling today. Like, hey, chief. Like, hey, hey, and I don't say chief to God, but hey, God, this today hard, and
Mhm.
my flesh want me to do this. So you say you'll give me a way of escape. That you have to remind yourself of the scriptures, and you have to. And so many people equate the way of escape to just the sexual side, but also that's a way of escape in how I respond, a way of escape in how how I do things, how I navigate, how I'm gonna navigate this hardness. Give me a way to escape this heaviness. Give me a way to escape. Like Lord, He said He'll give you a way of escape. So understand that if you go back to what the original guide, which is the Bible, go back to the original guide, which is the Bible. Um, you'll have you it's like go back, find what works for you. And I'm a big advocate for that is find what works for you. Hey, I might some people are not readers. Some people people who have to listen to the Bible as they go, but not only find it, apply it. Like put it where it's supposed to go to your life.
Mhm.
Just ask God, hey, to I need you to show me that how this work for my life. So I have to do that daily. I have to do that daily. I have to humble myself. I have to be humble in all things because at any moment, if I think I can do it without God, I'm gonna fail. And that's anything in my life. Like it's the smallest thing as even being a mama from day to day. I'm gonna fail because I have to do it with God. So the thing of for me is always navigating and making sure I know that my accountability people are and holding me steady. I'm always checking in with God before I check in with anybody else. I stay checking in with God, and keep Him at the forefront. Now I haven't went through a season where I didn't put I somehow forgot to put God where He's supposed to go. And once I didn't have God centered, everything began to fall. So I always have to
Mhm.
center God to everything. Everything began to get chaotic. I became the devil's playground. Like so, I keep as long as I keep God at the center of what I'm doing, even the small stuff, even something as simple as, dang, should I go over here? On should I turn this way today, Lord? Because this street, and it's crazy. People are like that's too much. It's really not too much to consult
No.
God if your spirit is already not okay, unsettled. I'm gonna say that
Yeah. I
if your
definitely.
spirit is unsettled, it's probably because you need to
It's
consult
telling
with
you
God.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need to consult God on this situation. And so, I'm always consulting God. Like I talk to God, man, in my car, going to pick my kids up.
Mhm.
I find moments to talk to God. Um, just just find moments to talk to God. Like I'm always checking in with God. Like I check in with God. So that's the biggest thing I have. So I check in with God, and
Mhm.
then if and usually once truthfully once I'm even when I check in with God and I heard what God said, my accountability gonna come back and say exactly what God said. I'm like, okay, I heard you the first time. I really heard you the first time. I'm just kind of hard headed, and I had to I had to deal with
Yeah, we all hard
that.
headed. I'm
And
not even gonna
so,
lie, I be hard
but
headed too.
yeah, but my and I always check in with God. Let's keep my flesh in check. It's a die to my flesh is that's why He said die daily. He didn't say, "Oh, you're gonna have it to brand new mercies you get every day." He say he ain't gonna say you're gonna have tomorrow and it's gonna last you for the next 2 months. No, 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 no. You gotta do that every day. And so, I always checking in with God, especially as a minister, like especially as a woman of God, especially as a leader, especially as an advocate for the community, especially as a mother, especially as a friend, especially as a girlfriend, especially whatever I am in whatever capacity that I hold, right? Especially as a friend, whatever capacity I hold, I have to check with God first.
Yeah, I always say consult with God's, whatever people believe in. Consult with with that. Because like you said, when your spirit is already unsettled,
All right.
why ignore it?
Mm-hmm.
Why ignore it? You're gonna get that signal. And I know just for me, being hard headed. And for me, in my case, it was being hard headed out of fear. And I wasn't in my faith like I was. And, of course, faith waver, we're all humans, but it's not an excuse. And I always stay grounded and making sure that I know I have a purpose because I always say when you're rooted in your purpose, you always will be provided for. And for me, this is my second time around.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody gets a second chance to do what they did the first time. And I prayed and I was like, just get me out of this. Help me stay on the straight path to where I don't have to learn the same lessons over again. And like I said, I'm going to be deeply rooted in that. As much as I don't be wanting to be on this camera, I know it's a purpose for me. Cause I don't want to do this. I don't. But I know it was like, okay, you're going to be used for something that you want to don't want to do. You can't say I don't want to do it, but you pray for it. What sense does that make? Fear and faith don't exist in
Right.
the same brain. So what are we gonna do?
I'm laughing so hard because if my spiritual mom is on, she'll tell you the very first thing when I said I'm supposed to preach. I'm a preacher. I know he called me to preach, and one of the questions was asked like, are you sure? I said
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure because I don't want to. I if it's up to me, you want me to get up here,
Yep.
and you want me to be the example. You want me to be forefront. I don't want to do this. However,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we sometimes when we say that we're fearful, we forget the God that we serve. Like we talking about the God who created this grand world, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
in this quote that I don't know why this came to my head, our fear is not that we're inadequate; it's that
Mm-hmm.
we are able to do far beyond what we're supposed to do. Like we're not afraid. We're afraid that God is gonna take off in what He given us, placed in our hands, and like, are we afraid of He placed in our hands, or are we afraid of what He can do? Because at the end of the day, our purpose, our why, is centered around Him, right? Him, Him. You saying, okay, Lord, I know I couldn't have done this without you. At some point in whatever you're doing, you're gonna reference Him. So, what are you afraid of? Because at the end of the day, it's not even about us at all. I'm able to stand and move through the community because it's not even about me. It's about me helping the other people who who
Mm-hmm.
who belongs to God. At the end of the day, you getting on this podcast and you doing what God told you to do. It's not about you helping you doing this for yourself. You're doing this so that somebody can hear a different way, a better way of how to maneuver and navigate. Hey, just like you asked the question, hey, how are you today mentally? That's just that alone can change the trajectory of somebody's lives. Because hearing me say, "Hey, I was struggling in December. However, I'm on the other side of this thing now," can change. That
Mm-hmm.
can be the bridge for somebody's life. So you have to remember that the like stop fearing what you don't see and fear who you know and trust who you know. Stop. Let me rephrase that. Stop fearing what you don't see and trust who you know.
Mm-hmm.
We know God to do. He can do exceedingly above all we can think or ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So stop if we remove, and that's what another place where flesh have to die. That's to me. I even have to challenge myself in this. It's fleshly for me to say I don't want to do this. My flesh got to die so I can do what He called me to do. Because it's great. It's bigger than me. It's really about Him. But you can get the
It's
floor.
definitely bigger because, like I said, I prayed. I'm like, hey, I got to get out of this some way, somehow, and I'm literally doing everything that I did eight, 8 years later, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, this is definitely a purpose
Yeah. So yeah.
because I was that kid that didn't nobody want to listen to, and I'm not getting big enough views, you know, and
Right.
something told me, my spirit told me, hey, don't look at the views, but just, and then not too long ago, watched the video, and it said, don't worry, don't look at the views. As long as you got 2 views, somebody's watching,
Right.
and I was getting caught up into that, but like, it's so, like you said, it's so much bigger. And to see where I started, where I was just doing audio to doing video, I don't like being on camera. But the crazy thing about it, I deal with cameras on a regular basis. I have
That's
my
good.
degree in digital cinematography. And I was like, oh, this would be a great way for me to be behind the camera. Nope. And then I want to get into acting. I was like, how does this work? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I don't want to be in camera. So like what are you telling me?
Right.
And I just was like, oh, okay. So you using
See,
things that I don't want to do
Right. And he didn't call us to know. He didn't call us to know what the end was gonna be like. He called us to trust him.
Hmm.
He said, "Trust me." That's my. He said, "Trust me." So I don't
And
know.
then faith
I'm on
without works is dead. You know, so
every
that.
time, and he got to complete a great work. He listen. He gonna
Okay,
complete a great work.
let's see. Okay, you already answered this question. Okay, let's get into the next generation, and then we can slowly wrap it up. Okay, what? Okay, working with the younger generation, because I
Working
know
with,
I've had.
I
I've been doing it for so long.
work with this younger generation every day.
Yeah, I haven't done it
Those
in
are
a
my
while
brothers.
because I moved. So I'm definitely I do it now, but I don't do it in the capacity that I did before. But when I say this new generation different,
They
Jay.
different. How listen? Let me tell you something. They different. However, they babies.
Yeah,
They are. They are.
still,
They are
whether
babies.
they
They
junior high
are.
or
I don't
elementary,
care
they
what.
still
I
babies.
listen. I love kids. Like I love kids, right?
Mhm.
And I work with kids. I work with kids every day of my job, right?
Mhm.
However, working with they all again. Here's the thing. Us as millennials, I feel like we felt them in so many aspects
Mhm.
because we've allowed social media to we've allowed social media to be the thing that we go to, right? So in all about things, like I feel like they're just babies. They're just babies. So I don't know. I think I love young people. If anybody know, I listen. I have 16 teenagers, um 16 teenagers at my house at one time. Like I'm that person. I'm TT. I'm Miss J. I love
Mhm.
kids can come hang out. My house is a safe space. So
They need
I
that
love
though.
working with young people. I love being around young people because here's the thing: they always give me a reason to have a reason to
Mhm.
keep
To
going.
keep going. To add on to what you said, I when I was working junior high, I was at the elementary. Then COVID happened. They were fourth grade, and then them babies when they how can I put this? They were fourth grade, and when I met them back, when we got back together, we text through the whole situation or whatever, and we kept in touch. Then they were in junior high. So then I had to get to know them like completely over. I had to get them to know them completely over again. And it was it was definitely different. It was definitely like
Like
trying or whatever cuz I had to get them. They weren't elementary kids no more. They were freaking teenagers. So I'm dealing with different personalities.
that was my favorite group. I love teenagers. I love that. That 13 to 18 group was my favorite group.
I haven't
Oh,
done
I love them.
I've done
I
high
love
school.
them.
I haven't done like 12th grade. I did 10th and 11th grade, but I haven't done the older like 18, the older high schoolers, but that junior, I don't know, they just had a place in my heart or whatever, and some of them are graduating this year and most of them are graduating next year. And I went to homecoming. I went to their homecoming and I had to tell them I was leaving and they were not happy. And that just shows me that I do have a purpose in this life. And I tell them all the time, regardless of where I'm at, you always got my number because my number ain't changed. I had this number for
I
12 years. So,
I think that those ages are very impact. Like you make the most impact on their lives. That's why they're my favorite. You have the greatest influence. Those are the ages that they remember. So everything you say, you have to do it in wisdom.
mhm,
Everything you say, you have to do it in purity. Like they gonna hear you. They hear you. They may not say they hear you, but they're very effective
mhm,
about what you say and what you do
mhm,
with them. Um, I have I have an account the number of kids who I've dealt with, and parents were like, can you like when you told them this that and the other, they was really listening. I said because one thing I do with all the teenagers that I deal with, I work with over the years is that I'm transparent about what I've been through. Like
Hmm.
you don't want to be me at 35 going back to school. Choose better now.
Hmm.
It's
I
cool.
definitely, that's how I was with them.
Like I'm always transparent about who I
Hmm.
am, where I've been. So I think that working with young people is one of my favorites.
It
Um,
is for me too. Cause
so,
go ahead, Jay. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
working with is one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, I love it. I love working with young people. They inspire me. I actually would prefer them.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm with you on that. I like the little kiddos, but I like the older. So even though some of them whine like little babies, I still like they still my, like you said, still my favorite group because I before homecoming, it was funny. One of them got her nose pierced, and they know Big Sis don't. I'm not even. I'm one thing about it, I'm cool with parents to this day. We still tight. I went to homecoming and I'm just like, and it was one of the ones that was a sweetheart. She was a sweetheart. She was the quiet one. And I was just talking to her and I was like, it's something different. And I looked, I said, I know you ain't got your nose pierced. And the fact that she got it pierced in the bathroom, I had to catch myself.
but here's the challenge in that, right? I'm I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I said, I'm completely transparent with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have to remember because we don't want to do what our generation, the generation
Yeah,
before us did to us,
definitely.
right? They see us. We gotta be what we gotta make sure that we're practicing what we preach. Because how
Yeah.
and I tell my kids like I can't tell. I'm not gonna tell you not to get no tattoos. I'm tatted up. I'm tatted up. Like I'm tatted up. I just don't have them visible.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that with tattoos, I'm prejudging. Like you can't say, "Oh, don't get the nose ring." I say
Mm-hmm.
with
And I
how you
didn't tell her to. Oh, my bad. I
no no
didn't
no
tell her not to get it. It was just I didn't even really. I just had to catch myself because yeah, I was young once. But like I was telling her, I was like, hey, like in the bathroom, like, do your mama know? And I ended up talking to her mama, and her mama was like, yeah, or whatever. And I was like, I'm always about them grades. That's that thing that has never changed. And she was like, one day she told me, she was like, you it was hard. You was right. It was fourth grade. I told y'all in fourth grade, I said, like you said, don't be like me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? I said it's going to be hard. Play if you want to.
Mm-hmm. But you
And
just
she was like, it's just hard. I did I not like did I not like tell y'all? Oh, yeah, cause we going over once again. I told you when that conversation get good, it good, it good. Okay, so it gets like I said, it was great talking to you
it was. It was.
because
Listen,
I
I
had
remember.
I had to get to, I had to because you asked and I was like, let me like figure out what I was going. Like I said, I'm trying not to lean on having so many guests because I'm trying to get comfortable with being on camera by myself
Thanks,
on
honestly.
live. And when I said that on last episode, I was like, I done booked 4 guests for January, and I was like, oh, okay, so February I'm gonna do it again in February. So I probably have like 2 guests. Cause like people ask me and I'm like, okay, here's the schedule, here's the availability, let me know. That's why I appreciate people that actually ask and they're like, okay, here's the dates and days. Like, cause people talk all day, you
Right.
know. But anyway, so this is the one thing that I always say before we get off. Remember to spread love and peace because there's enough negativity in the world. So I want to thank my guest Jay Kelly for coming. Hopefully we come by. This wasn't as an intense conversation.
Right. We was lax today. I
Yeah,
think we need to
it
be
was
lax.
definitely lax.
Kick out,
So
but hey.
next time I'm trying to do serious, but I'm trying to be like fun at the same time because the world, like I said, the world is serious and enough negativity. So I will catch you on the next episode.
Yeah,
And I
let me
have
know.
another guest next episode.
Whenever,
So
listen, whenever you get your comfort in, let me know. I am, but I do want to say to anybody who's watching, uh, some things that I just want you to remember is always consult with God. If before you do anything,
mhm,
consult with God. Um, make sure that you are the example that you to the young people that you said I'll be. But and then always remember your why. Always remember your why. Just know that he didn't call us to know. He called us to trust him. So in all of our things, in all of our things, put him first. Consult with God. If you are having any mental struggle, any mental problems, listen. You're looking at a person who's on the other side of it. I've dealt with PTSD. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with just struggling. Period. With my
mhm,
mental health. So you're looking at somebody who's on the other side of it. So if you're struggling, if you're mentally heavy, if you're heavy, if you don't know, even you start to, you're like, okay, y'all saying new year, new me, but there's a greater side to life, y'all. There's a greater side to life. So just know that there's a greater side to life. There's a and it starts with your changing of your mind. So if I could leave you with anything from my heart, I promise you, it's always put, if as long as you keep God at the center and remember that you're doing it for him to ultimately do. It's not about you, it's bigger than you. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's really bigger than you. Somebody
mhm.
needs to know why they need
Yeah.
to survive. These young people need to know why they need to keep going. So
Yeah.
thank you again, Half Pint, for
And
having
thank
me
you.
on the show. I really
Everybody's calling me that. Don't nobody even call me my name no more, which I'm cool
enjoyed
with it. I don't even
it.
it don't even matter no more. It's gonna be a household name after a while. It's not
Yes,
even
speak that thing. You speak
y'all
that
gonna
thing
be
into existence.
t-shirts and everything, which I'm
Half Pint
working on
on.
merchandise, and so it's
Yeah.
gonna be 2026. Oh, and I have
No.
a few other projects that will come in soon. But like I said, thank you for
Also,
coming.
if you
Oh, go ahead.
oh, I forgot to say this. It's my social media hashtags. If you need counseling or need, you want Jordan Tart, meet me at that. Come follow me on that page, Jordan Tart. I am resources for counselors. I have resources for counselors. I have resources for family, kids, all of those things. So meet me on that side of Facebook. I'm Jordan Tart on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me on that platform. My regular, just for casual conversation, for me who I am. I'm Jay Kelly on social media, all platforms. And March. I will be still doing my annual family fest in March. So keep follow me, and you'll see what goes down with the family fest, because it goes down at Jordan Sweat Family Festival. Yes.
All right, and I will see you next episode.